What do y'all think? Do y'all think this is the real Jim Carrey? This Jim Carrey that popped out? I saw somewhere where they said that Jim Carrey in an interview said that if he comes back out into the spotlight, it's not the real him. Now, I don't know. Maybe if y'all could find that clip or whatever, but I'm going to try to look forward to see if I can find it. But what do y'all think? Because those of you that were, like, if you're an 80s baby or even like, 70s, whatever, we kind of grew up off of that. The Mask and what was the other movies? Oh my gosh, the movie where he was, I can't think of it at the top of my head, but he had to find the guy on the Dolphins team. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Oh my goodness. Like we just grew up with Jim Carrey, like, his mannerisms. And to see this Jim Carrey come out now, I understand if, I get it. People grow old, and so people will say, he's just old and stuff like that. But you don't, even as an old person, you don't lose certain mannerisms, especially like if you're a celebrity, like if you're in the limelight, everybody knows you for certain things, that you've said or certain things you've done. And if you love your fans, like Jim Carrey was somebody who loved his fans, you're going to stop and you're going to, still do something. And people will say, oh wow, they haven't changed, they're still the same old, even though they've grown old. Even if he went through some type of medical emergency, you know what I'm saying, like something like some kind of condition or something that he was recovering from, like, you can still tell there's a difference. There's a difference, but they're still the same person. I don't know about this Jim Carrey. This doesn't seem right. So I saw this video pop up on my timeline, and I figured, let's go ahead and look at it. Let's see here.
Is this actually true? Jim Carrey is real original Jim Carrey? Can you answer this, please, Mr. Jim Carrey? Every fake news is saying you are not Jim Carrey. That's true or not? Please give answer. After Epstein files, you actually say something. That's true or not? Are you true? You same man? Please answer. Please answer. Are you doing Jim Carrey?
Il fait chose. Il fait très fort. I loved it. It's so beautiful. Ange Mulligan was off the hook. I mean, I can't believe he committed to doing all that. That was also amazing. It was just a brilliant evening.
Like, did he join that thing that
I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French. So, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But, it's, then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards. And I was like, I'm dead. I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But
is that a gang sign? Have you, like you don't know what it is?
It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it.
You don't even have to be the biggest Jim Carrey fan to know this is not Jim Carrey.
Right.
And the fact that they try to put these actors wearing face masks or whatever they are out in public and make you think that these are actually those people is very insulting to everyone's intelligence, because especially those of us that have known Jim Carrey for a long time and seen his work, to think that we're going to think this is Jim Carrey. I mean, we can just start with something very simple that proves this is not Jim Carrey. Well, in the words of Tony Montana, the eyes don't lie, Chico. And what we're looking at here is these eyes look nothing alike. I mean, even the shape looks nothing alike. Did he get an eye transplant or something?
The bottom set of eyes look kind of like soulless to me. They look like, they look like someone who's been extremely traumatized. And then they just gave up on life. Like they've lost, but the first one, you can see there's life in there. There's life in his eyes. The second one is like there's just no life there. It just seems dead. Like I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Because the color's off, everything is off about these eyes, and they want you to believe that this is the same person. I mean, it's wild. It makes me wonder a few different things. What I'll show you. See, they tried to slip it past us. They tried, okay, but I don't know how they didn't think. I mean, the internet went on fire with this because we knew it was bullshit. Okay, so when did this guy? Okay, this is the weird Jim Carrey that we know. Okay, when did this guy become this guy? Okay, because this is the imposter.
That's a
all right.
I'm sorry.
Like I'm trying to tell you, from the head shape to everything. I mean, did he get like a cranial
it looked like a
reconstructing or something? Because anybody can see that this is not Jim Carrey. And I'm telling you, what I believe, okay, is there's a reason, and I've been telling you guys from day one, there's a reason why they are putting these people out there. And it has a lot to do with a lot of turmoil that's going on in the world. Okay, they know what is coming, and they are getting these people. That's why they sold their soul for all that fame, because part of that fame that they were guaranteed was that when the day comes that they all get to go hide in their bunkers, that they would be protected. And they put these actors wearing face masks, clones, whatever you want to call them. They put these imposters out there to make you believe that they're still walking around out there, but they're not. They're really all sheltering in place because they know what's coming.
You know, I said that before. So I said, what if like all of the people are not actually, like, we see them on the news, right? They're walking around and stuff, but what if they are actually, like, the real ones have been gone? They've been gone. They've bunkered, you know, they're living underground. There's a whole underground ecosystem, you know what I'm saying? Like they've already left the building. And the ones that we see, you know, everybody is just living their lives believing that the people that they see on TV or in social media is actually them. And now it's coming to when people are now at a place where they're starting to wake up and they're starting to connect the dots. And then you've got like TikTok investigators and stuff putting stuff together. People are starting to wake up and they're starting to see like, this doesn't, you know, that person doesn't seem real, or, you know, like the veil is thin. But I don't know, y'all, I don't know if it's a train or what, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're all already gone. Like the majority of them are gone, and then some are making their way to leave.
Lapse. You all will see soon enough.
Quick. I'm so late.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to see you. The Grinch is one of my favorite movies. Can I see this?
Thanks, guys. Sorry, we're short for time.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Whoa. All I can say is whoa. And all I can say, I'm not surprised. And all I can say is he wasn't scared. I had to do a video about my favorite actor. Jim Carrey is my favorite actor. And I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss the real him. When he was signing autographs, they say Jim Carrey is left-handed, not right-handed. This video for entertainment purposes only, don't come from me. We here to educate, uplift, and all that good stuff. You know, I am an entertainer.
Jim Carrey was left-handed, and then this person was signing with their right hand. That's like, I just saw somebody, who was it? Epstein. The body of Epstein in the reports, I guess the coroner's report or whatever, they said something about his prostate being enlarged or something like that. But the real Epstein already had it removed. Y'all. It's too much. It's too much.
But I wanted to do a video on my favorite actor, Jim Carrey. This look like some vampire in Brooklyn type stuff. We are calling this man Jim Scary. That ain't Jim Carrey. That's Jim Scary. He looks scary. But see, a person's eyes don't change. Even if you put contacts in, the eyes ain't the same. I grew up watching Jim Carrey, and I just want to thank Jim Carrey for making us laugh as kids, man. Me and my brother. He made my childhood fun.
He did.
Real talk. I love the heck out of Jim Carrey, dog. I wish I could have met him, but the movies he gave us was good enough. When you big, once you have a big name and a big following, you can only say so much. Because when you become a threat, that's when it become an issue. Cat Williams only could say so much. Orlando Brown only could say so much. But once you super famous like he is, maybe a reptilian went and ate him up. Y'all remember that movie Critters? Them little things that rolled on the ground? It's an old movie. And they put Saturn in the background. People didn't pay attention to, say the critters came from Saturn, not outer space, outer lands. And you remember when the things was in a UFO and they changed their face to whatever celebrity they wanted to change themselves to? I believe this entertainment purposes is on it. It's just a conspiracy theory. I'm a conspiracy theorist. So what? I'm not saying it's real, you know. But listen, I believe reptilians can change themselves to whoever they want to change themselves to. I believe they can morph, shapeshift. That Jim Carrey look like a shapeshifter. I'm just gonna keep it real.
No, I think it's the natural.
I'm back on YouTube now. They got my boy, so
I think this is an actual clone. I found out that celebrities, one thing that the demonic elites do is they will clone celebrities, and like make them into their child, like clone. I don't know how the whole cloning process is supposed to work, but they will get the person's clone as a child and do stuff to them, like re-traumatize the child clone that is the clone of a celebrity. It's crazy. It's, you know, but I feel like that is a clone. That was a clone in the making this entire time. I feel like a lot of celebrities already give their DNA for clones to be made, and maybe they're told like, oh yeah, you can have a clone made of you so that, you know, if you need to, you know, be here or there, whatever, you know, this clone will just make certain appearances so that, you know, they're kind of told like, you know, something to make it not seem such a bad idea. And then they go through with it, not realizing what it actually does, you know. But I think that in the making, because for the long time, we haven't seen anything about Jim Carrey for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just popped up out of nowhere. And it's this person. So I think that in the background, the clone has been, you know, processing and being made and grown and all of that. And they probably have some kind of thing that makes the development a lot quicker. You know, the process is a lot quicker with the cloning. I don't know. We don't know, because what we're told as the, you know, society, we're given information, like, for example, AI. They introduce AI to us knowing they've had AI years ago. You know what I mean? Like, the military has access to weapons that we have never seen before. And by the time we do find out about it, they do introduce us to it. They've already been using it for so many years. So there's no telling what type of, you know, instruments or whatever they use, you know, to speed up a cloning process. You know what I mean? But this Jim Carrey, to me, because of like the mannerisms and the stuff, and I grew up off of, you know, watching Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. You know, I'm walking around as a kid talking about, somebody stop me, you know, like, just that's how much I love Jim Carrey. And to see this Jim Carrey, and I'm like, there's nothing about this person that I could see. Like, even if I thought to myself, maybe he's just old, you know, but even an old person still has some kind of mannerisms because that is who they are. That is their personality. You know what I mean? You don't just, unless there's no more life in them, unless they're completely soulless, they're dead on the inside, they're traumatized about something, or it's just not them. But even if they're traumatized, there's still going to be something, you know what I mean? Especially like, for example, Robin Williams, who gave his all, even though he was battling depression, you know what I mean? Like you, even if you're still going through some kind of mental illness, you're still going to give like those mannerisms, you know what I mean? But
I had to do a video for my boy Jim Carrey, my favorite actor. Like I was saying, they saying that boy, I didn't even know he was left-handed. No wonder he was so smart and so talented and funny. Dude, left-handed. So left-handed people smart and funny. No, it's left-handed people funny. Real talk, but maybe he should have just kept his mouth closed. Maybe he wanted to die for something, let the people know. Maybe he wanted to let the people know, but it's not worth it because people still are not going to listen. Maybe they'll wake up on this one because everybody knows Jim Carrey. We all grew up watching him on TV. There's one person everybody loved. Keep it real. And it's just sad that if he is gone, if he done passed away and they done got him, they done did whatever to him, it's sad that he ain't gonna have no funeral or no nothing.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. I'll link his video in the description if y'all want to watch the rest of it. But yeah, and that's another thing too. I think Jim Carrey was telling a lot of stuff that was going on in the entertainment industry, like about the Illuminati and all. He was just blurting it out. He was like, you know, how Orlando Brown does now. He didn't care. And it could be that they didn't like it, or he might have been telling too much, or maybe he knew he was on the verge of people coming after him. So he just said, forget it, and just started going off and giving all of the information. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, it's definitely going to be missed. I personally don't think that's the real Jim Carrey. I don't think that's him at all. I don't, but, you know, I'm sure a lot of people will explain away, you know, why they think that's Jim Carrey, especially if they don't know, if they haven't been awakened yet. They don't know what's going on in, you know, the reality of the entertainment industry and its demonic rituals and practices and all of that stuff. They don't believe in cloning. They don't believe in, you know, but I personally, just from the Jim Carrey that I grew up with and understanding that a lot of personality traits, a lot of mannerisms don't just go away even in old age. I don't think that's him. But anyway, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.